Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Today on CityCast Boise. For all the things we love about this city, there are a few issues we can't ignore, like the springtime stench of those pear trees and the way every food and drink gets huckleberryified. From the reckless greenbelt speedsters, courteous to a fault drivers, or tyrannical geese, we're airing our pettiest Boise grievances. Because a little good-natured complaining never hurt anyone. It's Thursday, April 3rd. I'm Lindsay Van Allen, and this is what Boise's talking about. Today, I'm talking with Brittany Hargis, a local comedian, and she's joining me while we go through some of our Boise gripes. We're going to be poking a little fun at Boise, some of the things that lightly annoy. So thank you so much for being here today, Brittany.
Thanks for having me, Lindsay.
Let's just get right to it. What is your biggest or maybe most current Boise gripe?
Okay, can I just start though by saying I do love Boise. I do love it here, right? It's fine. It has all of the makings to be a great city. I just want to it's like season 3 White Lotus. You know what I mean? It's just
yes.
It's right. It's just not quite just a little. Yeah.
It's giving like little brother. We love our little brother. But also some things
yes.
annoy about that little brother. And sometimes we just want to talk about him.
I would say, I spend a lot of time at parks here, and I just feel like whenever I see anyone walking around, whether it's at parks or downtown, everyone dresses like they're about to go on a hike. And I just wish there was maybe a little bit more expression or something, because otherwise it just makes it impossible to tell, is everyone outdoorsy or is just everyone a lesbian? Because I don't know the difference.
No, that is very real. That is absolutely real. We got a lot of are you the Subaru crowd, or are you truly just going on a hike? You're on your way to Camel's Back Park. You're going to go walk around a little bit. What's going on?
What am I supposed to do here?
I can see how that would be really confusing. Do you have any methods where you've been able to differentiate? Maybe a question? Is there some way to really know, or is it just a guess?
Honestly, it's a guess, because it's even if she's got a husband, my experience is I don't know. It could go either way.
We've had some swingers on the show that have let us know that's not a deal breaker.
That's not a deal breaker in this city. Oh my gosh. No, I would say, I guess kind of similar vein. I do think there's just not enough gay people. I think, I don't know. I know I'm not alone in this, actually. I know I'm not the only person that feels this way. I have a lot of friends in the community, and we have all lamented over the fact, I have been through all of my dating matches. Do you know what it's like to say, I've finished Tinder? That's like saying I've read the internet. There's nothing else here for us.
I have to say I don't understand that, because I will do anything to never date again. So
okay, that's fair.
I've been married almost 18 years, loving it. Dating sounds like the worst case scenario for me, but I absolutely empathize. I get a lot of reels, lots of, read a lot of Reddit about how bad dating is. And so I can empathize.
But in Boise specifically, because the way it works in Boise is you see the same set of, it's all of us, it's the same group. And what happens is you just swipe through until you finish, and then you start again, and this time with lower standards. And you do that until you give up and end up at the balcony club.
Is this one of the unintended consequences of the Idaho legislature? It really... it comes through on the dating, all of these anti-LGBTQ bills, everyone leaves, and then it really just lowers the standards of your dating.
Maybe. I do have some straights. I do have some straight friends that say it's very dismal as well. It's not a good time. And they also end up at the balcony club because also similar gripe, Boise doesn't have enough gay or lesbian bars. We only have the balcony club. That's it. That's all we get.
That's true. That's true. And I'm really curious your thoughts on this, because I feel like a lot of people who go to the balcony club aren't part of the LGBTQ crowd at all.
No. No, white women have taken it over.
The straight women love the balcony.
It's not ours. It's where you go with all your straight girlies to go and yell the lyrics of Pink Pony Club. That's for sure.
Well, and I think this could, be part of maybe a bigger gripe or a bigger gripe umbrella that, like, there's not a lot of diversity here. Like, for it being 2025, for the size of our area, the greater Treasure Valley, there's not a lot of diversity in this area for lots of different kinds of diversity.
And for listeners, they're like, that's not true, Lindsay. There's Patagonia, there's Cotopaxi, there's North Face.
REI.
Yeah. It's just not the diversity we want. What about you? Give me some Boise angst.
Okay, so the first one, I was having this conversation with my husband, and the very first thing that came to mind, I don't think I'm alone in this, but one of my biggest gripes is the Bradford pear trees.
Oh, yes. It was on my list too.
For anybody who's unfamiliar, the Bradford pear trees, they look really pretty in the spring when you're far away or in your car. They just look like a flowering, pretty tree. Maybe like a cherry blossom adjacent type fruit tree.
Absolutely.
And they smell like... How can we even say this?
It smells like semen. Can we say semen? Semen should be allowed.
Yeah, that's a medically sound term for what it sounds like. It's just really unfortunate. And it's kind of everywhere in the spring. BSU's got a lot of these trees. And one spring day, I was walking to class and I was like, is something wrong with me? Like, why am I suddenly thinking about that now? Wait, why am I smelling that? Like, do I have a brain tumor or is something wrong? It was the trees. A common Boise spring experience is you're just like, you're just walking. You're just walking outside and it just like smacks you in the face. And you're like, oh.
Not in the face, Lindsay. Not in the face.
It really is. It just like hits you and you're like, oh. All right, well, I got to recover from that. It's just, why? What is going on here?
Okay. So my gripe, I actually only recently figured out this, and I'm embarrassed. Like, I've been in Idaho now for over 15 years, and I just barely had my first ice cream potato. And Lindsay...
Really?
Yeah. It's not even a real potato.
No, it's not even real good ice cream.
No, it's both of those problems. But, like, wait, what a missed opportunity. We didn't even try to use a real potato in the mix. Do you know how disappointed I was when it tricked me, first of all. Like, I thought it was going to be real this whole time.
I remember going to the fair as a young teen and I finally was like, I want to buy one because my parents were like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I didn't listen to them because I'm a teen. And I'm like, I want one. They're so cool. I'm going to buy it and eat it. It was not good. I didn't even finish it. And it was really disappointing. And so, yeah, it comes up on all of the, like, when you come to Idaho, try the ice cream potato. Please don't. Please don't.
You know what?
It's not worth it. It's not good. It's not delicious. And it's not even the best ice cream. Not even the top 10 ice cream.
No, it's the Bradford pear tree of desserts is what it is.
Do you have any other food gripes about Boise? Any other food gripes where you're like, why are we doing this?
Okay, I'll say it, and I'm going to get hate for this. Huckleberries are gross. We don't need huckleberries in our vodka, in our spritzers, in our beer. Like, I don't want your huckleberry syrup on anything. Stop putting huckleberries in things. Like, we don't need it.
Oh, man. Okay, I don't know how basic I am. Pretty basic, I guess. I love me a huckleberry. I'm a sucker for a huckleberry. But I can absolutely see where you're coming from. There's a lot of huckleberry.
Don't you even feel dumber saying huckleberry? Like, I want me some huckleberry. Like, it's so stupid sounding. I hate it. I hate the huckleberry.
I cannot argue for it and I can't defend my position. I'll just say, like, I guess I am basic enough. I do. I'm like, ooh, a huckleberry. I'll have that. So I don't know. I'm a sucker for it. They're doing it for me. I'm sorry, Brittany. It's for me.
It's fine. It's fine. I can picture every single coffee shop like, come try our new like huckleberry latte. And I'm like, God damn it.
Last week was our first playoff game, and my plaque psoriasis was so itchy under all my gear. Sometimes just thinking about scratching could take me out of the moment. And then my doctor told me I could get clearer skin with a pill called Otezla.
Otezla apremilast is a prescription medicine used to treat adult patients with plaque psoriasis for whom phototherapy or systemic therapy is appropriate. Otezla can help you get clearer skin after just 4 months.
Okay, ready for the next game. Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Call 1-844-4-OTEZLA or visit Otezla.com for prescribing info about cost, and more.
Campfire season's back, and that means s'mores. But when you're at home treating yourself, take them over ice with Dunkin's S'mores Cold Brew Concentrate. And suddenly you're always treating yourself. The home with Dunkin' is where you want to be. Click or tap the banner to shop now.
One of my biggest gripes for anybody who's listened to this show for any amount of time is the traffic. It's so many things about the traffic. And Brittany, I really want to know your thoughts about this. I have many traffic gripes, but do you have any traffic gripes? And if so, what are they? Let's compare notes.
Okay, well, obviously, I'm not a huge fan of this, like the sexy surprises of road closures downtown. Like, you just never know which one's going to be closed randomly one day. Like, is 13th Street open? We don't know. Let's find out together. Like, that's not... I really do hate I don't like the chivalry in traffic. Stop being nice. Like, we don't need to be a nice city in that way. Like, can we be a little bit more aggressive driving? Because the number of times that someone has had a green light and then they motion to me like, but you go. It's okay. No, I know I have the green light, but you go. And it's like, I wish I could hit your car. Like, don't be nice to me, just drive.
Well, and it's a hazard. This is something I complain about daily because there will be 2 lanes of traffic, or like 4 lanes total, 2 on each side. Somebody in one lane, like if I'm trying to turn left, will just stop and motion me. And I'm like, I can't go because there's a whole other lane that I can't see. And if I turn, I'm going to get hit. And then they start to get frustrated with you. Like, I'm like motioning more.
I'm
like,
being nice.
I told you you could go. You don't control all 4 lanes of traffic. I know you're trying to be nice, but I literally can't go or I'm going to get hit. I can't see. This isn't safe. Like, please just drive. I know you're worried about me sitting here. It's fine. I chose to turn left here. I knew it was going to be a problem. I can't turn because I don't want to get hit. And so I'm just going to you just continue on. Follow the traffic pattern. I'll find my way. And I know they're trying to be nice. This happens at the 4-ways. It happens at the roundabout.
Oh, the roundabouts. Oh my gosh.
Just, like, try to usher you through. And I'm like, I can't. It's not my turn. Just everybody, just take your turn as intended by the laws of traffic ordained by the original traffic people. And it's fine. We'll all get there. It's not being nice. It's just messing up what everybody's doing.
Like, I don't want your right away. I want my rights back. Like, that's all it is. Roundabouts.
Don't motion me through, sir. I want reproductive rights. Like,
and also it's like, this is the most excitement we get in Boise. Like, the most excitement we get is we get to play Frogger while driving. So don't take this one luxury away from me. Like, just go. Yes. Also, roundabouts don't need landscaping in the middle. Can we stop with the landscaping in the middle? Like, you can't see around when there's like a giant bush in the way. And I understand that as a lesbian, I should not be complaining about bushes. But in this one case, I feel like we can leave the whole of the roundabout empty. Just leave it. It can be gaping. It's fine. It was fine.
You don't
empty.
Like the wagons and the bushes and the random Western
things
around the roundabout?
Yeah, I can turn right without the visual appeal. Like, we can just leave it empty.
Okay, another issue. I don't know how much this affects you. This is maybe for a more specific demographic of people in Boise, but on the freeway, the zipper merge. Is that not taught in driver's ed anymore? Is that not taught in driver's ed here? Did everyone just disregard it? Is
I
it a
don't
lost
know.
skill? We could move so much more quickly along our roads if we all just zipper merged. But it's
True.
kind of like the kindness thing where people are trying to like let everybody in. So they let a big chunk of people in and they stop a lane of traffic.
Yes.
Or everybody's waiting. Like just
The
zipper
problem-
merge. Let the one car in front of you in and then a car goes behind you. Like it's really simple. It doesn't get more simple than that. And we could all help a lot with the congestion if we would just zipper merge.
The problem
Google is free for everyone here to find out what that is. Like, I don't have more Google to find out what a zipper merge is. We all should know, and we all should be using it liberally.
But is the zipper merge of the devil, and shouldn't we let Jesus continue taking the wheel? You know, maybe that's what Idaho driver's education involves.
My other traffic issue is how the connector. Like just how everyone navigates the connector, because the speed limit on the connector is different than on the freeway. It's quite a drop.
Yes.
But not everyone thinks that that's real or abides by it. So you get like half the people who slow down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get about half the people that just keep cruising at 70, 75. So you get this weird, like almost accident situation for like a quarter mile where the people who don't want to slow down are like kind of being forced to. But so then there's insane tailgating, or some people start weaving, and it is horrifying. Like any time between like 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'm like, just slow down. You know the slowdown is coming. This isn't your first day commuting here.
Right.
Like, slow down. You have to slow down. But it is like that is like the 4th mile stretch, and then everyone's taking that one exit that goes past the mall. So it just gets or they're coming on from east of town. It is so wild right there. Like, slow down. You have to slow down. So just do it. Like, I'm sorry if you left your house late. Please don't make the rest of us at risk. Just slow down. The connector is
seriously
slower. Like, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah, that one is bad. I hate driving right there. Okay, I think I'm all good on car washes. I think we can stop with building car washes here. I do want everyone who could be listening that owns a car wash, I want you to know, I haven't paid for vacuuming once. I use a free vacuum at every single one. I do not wash my car there. I will spite steal sucking until they get how I feel about the number of car washes we have. We do not need this many.
Yeah, no, it feels like a lot. It feels like a lot of car washes. I agree with you. Like, I agree with you. We're good. We got it. We got them. I can find a car wash. I don't need more.
No.
I definitely want to take a moment. We asked on our Instagram for input from listeners or people who follow our social media, some of their gripes. And there were some, definitely some trends in the things that people had gripes about. We had a lot of comments about public transportation, lots and lots of comments about it's not reliable, it's not fast, we don't have enough, which I agree with, that compared to other similarly sized cities, there is just not as much public transit infrastructure. And I agree with that. That is definitely an issue we have here, which contributes to the traffic problems we have, which, contributes to the commuter problems we have. That could be solved if we had better public transit for sure.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And then we also had lots of people talking about the downtown construction. As you said, the sexy surprise. Yeah, where you suddenly turn and that road is closed and now we're like, oh, got to kind of turn around. What's happening here? The detour sign's not always clear where I'm going to go. So yeah, lots of thoughts about that. Some comments about the geese. We haven't really talked about the nature aspect, any nature gripes, but we do have several comments about geese. And, that's fair. Their poop is everywhere.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. They are not they're not good animals in general.
Okay, Brittany, I'm really curious. What are your thoughts on the Greenbelt, though? Let's talk about. We always talk about how we love the Greenbelt, and I do love the Greenbelt. But I also have some notes about the Greenbelt. But I'm really curious. What are your thoughts on the Greenbelt? Is that a gripe or just all good all the time?
No, it's not all good all the time. I run on the Greenbelt rather regularly. I think a lot of people do. A lot of people, though, have taken the Greenbelt for what used to be. This is where you go to exercise and walk and enjoy the scenery. And it is now the connector. It is an extension of the connector. People use this for their commute now. And I think the biggest problem is that you have such... there's this like war that's happening between bird scooters and then people with e-bikes and e-scooters. And for whatever reason, it's this like West Side Story situation where apparently the winning gang is whoever leaves the most in the middle of the road. And I am very much, against the death penalty. I think it's like, honestly, not for the moral purposes, but for just the financial impact at the end of the day. But I think we should consider the death penalty for anyone who leaves a scooter or an e-bike in the middle of the Greenbelt. Like, I hate you as a human being. I hate you. It takes 2 seconds to move it out of the way. And I hate you as a person if you just leave things in the middle of the Greenbelt.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I've got a thought on it. Because I used to always take my family. I've got 3 kids. Always take them for walks on the Greenbelt.
You're supposed to.
That.
You're supposed to do that.
I feel like
we want you there.
Love it. But there's the connector. There's the speed issue,
yes.
Which I'm not saying you can't ride fast. I'm not saying you can't, move quicker than my family walks on the Greenbelt. But like some people are zipping, and it is concerning.
They can go like 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, we're just kind of meandering. Like there's a lizard, there's a snake. Like, look, here's, throw some rocks in part of like the little river or something. We're just real meandery. And I'm having to like, throw my body in front of my kids, like out of the way, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. Like that's the whole walk just turns into like, because we kind of like spread out a little bit. And then I'm like, get to the side. Get to the side.
Yeah, we're tired of being heroes. I'm tired of being a hero moving a scooter out of the way of that person who almost runs your toddler over.
Yeah, it definitely, yeah. And my kids, every time, I love them. They're wonderful people. But the minute somebody's like on your left, they're like, what? They go like, they stop and just look. And I'm like, no, we're going to die. I don't want to die on the Greenbelt. It's become a hazard. And so I don't know what the answer is, but like, compared to even a decade ago when my kids were littler, like really little people, I feel like it's more hazardous now. And I'm like
way more
lightly taking our lives in our hands every time we go for a walk on the Greenbelt.
Yeah, you have to go to the Greenbelt knowing that you have to be ready to save a life. You're going to have to move someone out of the way. You have to move a scooter out of the way or a bike. Like it is go time. It's not relaxing anymore.
So to round this all out, is there anything that baffles you about the Boise identity or how we're perceived, or does it kind of make sense with some of these gripes?
Honestly, everything makes sense. I think at the end of the day, I do appreciate like the enthusiasm that we have for the smallest of things here. It confuses me that we get excited about the mundane, but I am grateful that we have a city that celebrates it.
Well, Brittany, thank you so much for coming on. I think we had some really similar gripes.
We had some similar ones.
I think they're going to resonate. I think people have some similar gripes around Boise, but I'm glad we could joke about the city that ultimately we both really enjoy and love. That's all for today here on CityCast Boise. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe to our Hey Boise newsletter. We'll be back tomorrow morning with our Friday news roundup. Catch you then.